In this section, I will be explaining about a universal serial bus. That is, it is a serial communication standard between a USB host controller and number of interconnected USB peripheral devices. So, some examples of peripheral devices which are actually connected with the help of USB is given in the slide. So what you have to understand is that before this protocol, that is before the universal serial bus standard, what existed was that for each and every different types of peripheral devices, for example like keyboard, mouse, printer, monitor, for each of them there was different communication interfacing standards. So it was very difficult for the manufacturer. So what happened, a group of hardware and software manufacturing companies like that of Intel, IBM, Microsoft, etc., they created a forum, USB, in 1994. Okay, so this USB forum was created and its first protocol, that is USB version 1, it came into existence almost in 1996, and it gave all the specification, that is of what USB cable, connectors, and all the other protocol details about the USB communication. So such a standard, it helped very much because with the help of a single standard protocol, several peripheral devices can be connected. So these are some examples of a peripheral which can be connected by a USB. And USB, it is a single master multi-slave devices. There will be only a single master supported, multi-masters are not allowed. And it is mainly used for networking of input-output devices, and it is now maintained and implemented by USB Implementers Forum. There is a particular group for it. Now these are the several components of USB components. That is USB hub, USB host controller, cable and peripheral devices. So we have already seen about the peripheral examples of peripheral devices, and we will be seeing about the USB cable in the later section. Now what is the USB hub? Hub, you can think like that of an extension box to which we can attach more and more points. Okay, so basically what do you mean by the USB hub is that you can have a point, okay, of connecting more and more devices to it. You will better understand the concept of the USB hub when we go to the topology of USB, and there will be a USB host controller. A host controller means that it is an interface which enables the piece of the hardware to interact and communicate with the amount of software. So it enables, this host control enables the communication of the hardware and the software. Obviously, we know that there will be device drivers and there will be client software which is going to enable the communication. So there will be a client driver also, that is a software will be enabled, that is a software installed on the computer which will communicate with the hardware to make the device function. So obviously there will be device drivers and client software, etc., which is enabling USB communication, and these are the several USB components. So basically it defines two main components, that is out of these four, all these components, what we actually see or what we actually consider is the two components, that is a host which is a bus master and many peripheral devices acting as slave. So only single master is allowed, and it is going to control all the peripheral devices, and it will only initiate the data transfer and communication take place, and no communication is possible between the USB devices, and using this USB protocol with the help of host controller and this client driver software only, USB communication it is going to work. Okay, so these are the important component parts of the USB. Now in every device, when we are considering this USB, it has got a unique address that is from 1 to 127. But the address 0, it will be used only for enumeration purpose. That is, for example, the host has detected the presence of a device, but it cannot be assigned for any type of device. So we will be not using this address 0 for initially assigning. That enumeration will be used only for the host detecting the presence of a device or returning which type of device, etc. Along with the address, there need to be a unique ID also. That is a vendor ID which is being obtained from USB Implementers Forum, and a product ID which is being given by the manufacturer. So every device has got up to maximum 127 address, because later you can observe that in the frame format, the address field, it is only 7-bit length. So 7-bit length means that maximum possible address, it will be only say 128. So since 0 is not used, 1 to 127 it is being used. And the transfer type of the USB, it can be of any 4 modes: control, bulk, interrupt and isochronous. So control transfer, it is just used for initial configuration of USB device. So the host is going to read the information or set a device address or set a configuration relating to driver software. So that is only for initial configuration. Bulk transfer, for example, large amount of data is to be transferred with error-free delivery. Okay, and for example, we are sending a file to a printer or receiving the data from a scanner. So in all these cases, the rate of data transfer isn't critical. So we are doing bulk amount of transferring. Another interrupt transfer, that means that these devices or the peripheral devices need only a periodic attention. For example, like computer, mouse, keyboard, etc. can use this type of transfer. Actually, no interrupts are involved here, but the data transfer is similar to an interrupt-based system, which means that data should be transferred without any delay. And another type of transfer is the isochronous transfer. Now remember the features, it is used only for real data, audio, video, streaming, etc. So it is a guaranteed fixed bandwidth will be there, but there is no error detection mechanism, no provision for detecting the error or retransmission, etc. So we will use it for audio or video streaming. So basically understand that there are 4 types of transfer which is occurring with the help of USB protocol. And this is how the topology of USB is like. There will be a host. Okay. And to this host, as we told, there will be several hubs connecting. So you can see there are several USB ports in it. USB 1, USB 2, USB 3. This is our host PC. In this host PC, there will be only say 3 ports. But if we all these are acting as hub. Okay, so all these USB ports are acting as further hubs, to which again multiple devices could be connected. So it's a tree-like topology, and this hubs, it can be cascaded maximum up to 6 or 7 levels, and only the USB devices will be present at the last level of tree. So hub is acting like an extension. It is one that connect to other nodes or hubs. So this is how a topology, a tree-like topology of the USB is. So this is also depicting a tree topology, that is it has a star type of topology, that is there will be a host and in that USB port you can again connect hubs which will be further connecting your peripheral nodes. Again several hubs also can be cascaded, and you can have different tier levels, and this tier levels, it can occur maximum up to 6 or 7 levels. And these are several standards of USB: USB 1, USB 2, USB 3 standard and USB 4. So USB 1 has got the low speed, and depending upon the need of increase in speed, there are several standards are there. You can go through these. And there are some features of USB, that is it can be hot plugged, that is easily it can be attached and detached. So we know we are always using the USB ports, isn't it? So always it helps us in easy attaching and also in easy detaching. And there is no requirement for rebooting. And also it shares its bandwidth, sharing with the other devices, that the host has to control all these, that is the regarding the bandwidth control, etc. And also a device, it can be either bus powered or it can be either self powered also. So these are the main features. It is a hot plug that easily it can be connected with the host system, and also a single host, that is a single master, will schedule all the bandwidth, and it can be bus powered or self powered, and there can be a power management by software at the host for USB ports. So depending upon how the power is taken from the USB port, you can have either a bus powered device or a self powered device. Bus powered means that no external supply. That is, the device is using the supply from the bus itself. From the voltage of the bus itself, it is consuming the power. Example like a keyboard, mouse, speaker, and there can also be self-powered devices. That is, which is using a external power source. So it will consume only very little power or current from that of the bus. Okay, so there can be bus powered or self-powered devices, and also you have to remember that your host controller, okay, it will be always a card which will be installing into any of the slot of the motherboard. So the host controller will determine how each of the device it is going to get its power. Okay, so the host controller basically control all this USB communication. So when we are telling about these type of powering system in USB, you have to understand that the host controller is going to determine how each device is going to get its power. For example, if a user he can charge a mobile via a USB port, at the same time he can listen to music also from a USB stick in another port. So the host controller is managing all this communication between the piece of hardware and software, and also determining how each device is they are getting its power. And these are the several types of connectors which can be used in USB. So this is type A, type B and type C connectors are used. So type A, it is going from the host, that is downstream it is going, and type B going to the host or upstream, and type C it is symmetrical and reversible. And also remember this type A, it can be also used for transferring of power also. And type B, you can see it is square shape peripheral, and for USB 4 standards we usually use only type C connectors, whereas USB 1, 2, 3 version etc. we can use type A and type B, but coming to higher USB 4 standards usually we employ type C connectors. Now this is about the cable wiring, that is about the USB cable. So if you cut open USB cable, you can see all these connections are present. So it has got 4 wires, that is one for plus 5 volt, and it has got other type of data, that is data plus and data minus is there, and electromagnetic interference shielded cable will be present, and it uses differential signaling for improved noise immunity. So in differential signaling, the effective data signal is the difference of voltages. So you can see a data plus and a data minus line, and this is a ground line. So all these will be present in USB cable wiring. And also you can see shield is provided for better immunity, and that is for neglecting all the interferences. And the two signals, they are in biphase that uses a non-return to zero inverted data signal encoding technique. That is two signals, they are biphase and they follow NRZI encoding technique. And at every USB packet you will be having a sync field, that is a sync clock will be inserted. And these are the another feature is that there will be a polled bus, that is a host controller will regularly poll the presence of device as scheduled by the software. So always there will be a synchronization clock, and the host has to continuously manage the system. The host will be continuously polling the devices as scheduled by the software. So these are some of the important features and components of the USB. So most importantly, before going to the next section is the USB packets. So before going into the section of USB packets, in this section you have to understand about all these USB important features and USB components, how the tree topology of USB is. So we can continue in the next section regarding the types of packets or USB packets.